While we've gone on Weeb Nitty Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. Welcome to everybody here who's live. If you're watching the replay, check us out Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/EngineerHoist. Always start off the show with a question, and today I asked, who's your favorite female Transformer? We got a lot of good votes in here. Transformers Prime RC was a popular one. Windblade, Alita 1. Let's see. Yeah, a couple more for Windblade and RC. Another vote for a different RC from the IDW Optimus Prime comics. Red Alert says that. Total Bad Aft. He says, yeah, it's very interesting. RC's been portrayed quite a bit differently depending on what show she's in. K-Bond got a vote for Chromia. Optimus Rodimus comes in with Rust Renegades, Windblade, and Motorcycle RC. That would be generally Transformers Prime. Arachnid or Black Arachnid show got a couple of votes. Let's see, yeah, Prime RC again showing up there, and so yeah, we got a lot of good votes. For me personally, I like a lot of them. One of the standouts for me though is Strong Arm from the RID 2015 show, which kind of followed up Transformers Prime. The thing I like about Strong Arm is she's a great character, kind of very by the book, but kind of young, still kind of needs to learn when she can bend the rules a little bit. But also the fact that they didn't feel the need to make her design look obviously female. I mean, she's a very stocky build. She turns into a SUV, not a motorcycle or a sleek, fancy car. About the only way you can tell she's female is from her voice and basically some facial features. So I think Strong Arm is a real standout as far as the lineup of female Transformers we have. Obviously, I like Windblade and RC, Chromia, Alita 1, Nautica from the comics is also another big favorite. Yeah, it's good to see a lot more female Transformers showing up, and that pretty much mentioned all Autobots, but we've also got Slipstream and Flamewar, who's actually one of the female Transformers coming to the game this weekend, but we'll get to that. So a lot of good stuff. Speaking of the game and this weekend's event is called Sure Shot. The new bots Afterbreaker and the aforementioned Flamewar are joining the ranks. Gather your alliance and take part to win up to 100 power core chips, 100,000 spark, 20,000 premium shards, and up to 100 two-wheeler crystals with a chance to win 2, 3, or 4-star Afterbreaker or Flamewar and lots of crystal shards. And I know there's people out there, why isn't he called Afterburner? Trademark reasons, dude. It's always trademark if they've got to change the name. It turns out the toy that this character is based on was actually called Afterbreaker in the Combiner Wars toy line as well, so they're being true to that. This is a prestige event for the Alliance. It starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. There are 100 prestiges, which you could probably guess by the fact that you could win up to 100 of the crystals. And there's super XP throughout this weekend, so great weekend to level your bots. Transformers fan and some numbers, thank you for following on Twitch. How do you participate? As always, you have to be level 4 headquarters and be in an alliance. You hit that yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, win the points, and then collect your prizes with all of your alliance mates. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones. And we got a late vote for favorite female Transformer with Grand Galvatron coming in with Mega Empress, one of the Decepticon recolors of Pyromagna, actually, in Megatron colors, if I'm not mistaken. So here are the prizes that you can win each prestige. We'll go through this list 100 up to 100 times. First, it's basically split into quarters. Every 2,500 points your alliance scores, you'll win a prize. First premium shards, then a power core chip, then some spark, then a two-wheeler crystal, and then you get to start it all over again. In the two-wheeler crystal, you can win the 2, 3, or 4-star Afterbreaker or Flamewar, depending on your faction. There's a 10% chance to get a bot. Within that, the chances for the 2, 3, or 4 were not published. And then it's 30% chance to win either 50 4-star shards, 100 3-star shards, or 200 premium shards on top of the premium shards already coming in the prestiges. So let's learn a little bit more about Afterbreaker. We read the bio last week, but we like to read it again every time it comes up. Afterbreaker is mad, bad, and dangerous to know. If you catch him in the wrong mood, unfortunately, this mercurial character can be studiously engaged in advanced theoretical science one moment and fly into a berserker rage the next. To be fair, it doesn't take much to set him off, and he particularly hates being given orders. Afterbreaker's fiery temperament is reflected in his flaming motorcycle or motorbike skin maneuver, which can trap a foe in a blazing ring of metal melting fire. The Technobot team framework helps rein in some of his incendiary nature. And up next is Flamewar. This is Afterbreaker's counterpart. Flamewar can be opportunistic, vindictive, and immature, and she can hold a grudge for literally eons. The settling of which often takes precedence over her actual mission. But what can't be faulted is her unswerving loyalty to the Decepticon cause. So at most, she gets sidetracked, then resumes her task with the same fiery intensity as before. She has an array of skills, including sabotage, spying, and scientific research, and her accuracy with her blazing bow and arrow is second to none. For reasons as yet unrevealed, she hates RC with a passion. Okay, so this week we actually learned what their abilities are, or if you watched the official Transformers Earthwars live stream last week, you actually saw what they were and got a demonstration. Their ability is called Sabotage, in which you create a ring of fire that deals damage and prevents enemies from receiving shielding, and shoots bolts of electrical fire up to 8 times, disabling and causing damage. Now, basically what this does prevents them from shielding. It kind of counter affects the Trax ability, and I believe the Red Alert ability, perhaps even the Optimus Prime ability. But they did say the Hot Rod Nemesis Prime shielding is unaffected, so that is the one thing that's not affected here. Is it an AoE attack? Yes, it is. They do actually drive around. I don't actually have the bots on my account to show you guys, unfortunately. But like I said, they did demonstrate them during last week's stream, and Sunstreaker Waza's stream earlier today, I believe he did actually show those off as well. Now, the interesting thing, as soon as I saw Ring of Fire, it immediately took me back to Finding Nemo and the Ring of Fire! So, yeah, that's just kind of where my weird head went. Incidentally, it's the second time I've been reminded of Finding Nemo from this game. The first time was way back when we were going through the saga to bring in Gnaw, and they had an event called Shark Bait. Ooh-ha-ha, you know. So yeah, Johnny Cash is another thought for Ring of Fire. But that was the set I thought of the Nemo first, so I went with that one. So that's pretty much it for the event and the bots. Another update, which I think would be notable to share, is they are adding some new achievements. I believe it's supposed to come tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be in the next update. They're adding more than 50 new achievements to reward game progress at various levels. You know, those are the achievements at the top center of your screen. There's no word on what they are or what you have to do to get them. I guess we'll find out when they show up. But in them, you have a chance to win that precious Z Energon that you can earn only from elimination mode, and apparently now some certain achievements. 5-star shards. Those are not given out very often. I don't believe they're in any achievements now, except for related to getting a 5-star bot already. Cyber coins. It's always good to get more cyber coins from achievements, and power core chips and more. So very cool that we're going to be seeing new achievements. It'll be interesting to see what the game looks like for the people who've been playing a while and have a good chance of already completing a number of the achievements that they'll be adding. I expect to be scrolling through and accepting achievements for at least a half an hour. But we'll see. Hopefully, when they do show up, you guys will have already met a few of them and can get some good free prizes. So, I think that's all I have to say about the achievements, and that's all we have for the news. So, just another reminder, if you're watching the replay, head on over to twitch.tv/engineerhoist. There's the link right there. It's also in the description. And join us Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern for a live recording, so you can join all these lovely people down in the chat here. And also you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EngineerHoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. And that takes us back around the horn. And that's pretty much all there is. There's no crystal cracking today. I can share with you some things in the game, though. So what kind of comments do we got going here? Oktar saying, really think these bots are going to be good. It's a shame on the Washington Generals of these events. It's okay, me too. I expect our alliance to complete maybe 20 to 25 prestiges. So that's a pretty good chance. I hope to at least get the 2-star. We'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky and get the 3 or the 4-star. That's a nice thing about the chance events. I mean, obviously, you run the risk of not getting any bot, but you also have a chance of getting a 4-star bot from 1 crystal. So, Scavenger 287 is your first stream. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Let's head on over here. Okay, so I said no crystal cracking. That's because I did purchase a chip bundle last weekend, a combat core chip bundle, and as I've been doing those live, I've found that they're fantastically boring. So I chose to not actually do that live, and I will tell you, the first 149 chips were indeed fantastically boring. But number 150, it was amazing. It included rung crystals, and the final rung crystal at number 50 got me that 4-star rung right there. So that was very cool to see. That how many times have we gone through and we're on the last chance to get something and say, come on, it can still happen on this one. It finally happened. So that is one time where it probably would have been nice to see live. But you know, a 30-second part that was out of a 30-minute chip bundling cracking video would not be worth it. Most people probably wouldn't have even made it. But in addition to that, the new bots that came out, who are they? Oh yeah, Dial. I got myself a 3-star Dial and a 2-star Dial. So I got those. Didn't manage to get a 4-star. I did get a duplicate of a 4-star of one of these guys. I don't remember which one, but it doesn't matter. It's a duplicate, so they're all worth the same. But the 4-star rung and the 2 and 3-star Dial were very nice to see come through there. So those are my combat bots and where they are right now. And I know a lot of you guys have been have asked about Alita 1, about the progress in Discord and various other things. So you can see where Alita 1 is sitting right now. She is the strongest bot on my squad. A little ways above Sentius Magnus. He's level 59 right now, and level 8 ability on him. So he's doing pretty well for himself as well. But Alita 1, I really kind of stacked her out. I got her ability to level 10 just earlier today. Got her to level 10. She's level 55, almost 56 right now. We've got her Alita's armor core on there. It actually works out well because she does sometimes, when soloing the bases, kind of get pretty low if I can't quite clear out all of the outposts or defenses. And that 5-star Terraxodon's actually working out really well for her. But yeah, since I got her, I've basically just been power leveling her. She's also the one power leveling other bots as well. So doing pretty good on Alita 1. Very happy that chase is finally over there. So, and I think that's about caught everybody up on what the state of my game. And So not real sure what else to talk about. We can go through and take a few questions before we get out of here, because this is kind of a short week today, or a short video for today. But we'll go ahead and take a few questions. I see Sassy Starscream has asked, "Have I ever spent money on the game?" Yes, far more than I'm willing to admit. Quick story about that. Those of you who've been here a while have probably heard this story. I had the opportunity to visit Space Ape over in London. Oh geez, it was like 2 years ago now, almost. And I made a mention of, oh, I don't even know how much I spent on this game. And they said, I was like, oh, we can look that up for you. And I said, no, thank you. So, yeah. so yes, I've spent money on the game, and that's definitely one way to level yourself and get stronger faster. It's definitely not a requirement. There are people who have not spent a single penny on this game who've done quite well for themselves, but it does mean you have to play the game quite a bit. Get yourself in a nice alliance. There are people, in fact, I think there are some watching right now who've been free to play this entire time and already have one, maybe even 2 5-star bots without spending a single dime or whatever your lowest amount of currency in your country is. So there's definitely ways to be successful without spending money. Money just helps, really. Yeah, Big Brunsrin says doesn't want to know either. Yeah. Gang Galvatron, one of the free-to-play, has 4 5-star bots, which is that's honestly amazing. I've got what, 4 or 5, 6. I've only got 7, and I've spent quite a bit of money. So the fact that you're doing that free to play and got 4 already is absolutely amazing. Congratulations to you so much. So Hot Rod's asking, what 5-star batch to think could go for next now that I have Elite 1? Oh man, that's a good question, which I really don't know. Well, we can head back over to the game and talk about that real quick. So you can see how many you can see it's a decision I have a long time to think about, because I've only got 685 star shards right now. So got quite a ways to go before I even have to make that decision. But this batch here, that's in the current 5-star crystal, not one of the legacy crystals. This one's actually a really good one. Jetfire, Laser Optimus Blades, Rhinox, Smokescreen. I don't think you could really go wrong with any of those. They all have different strengths and weaknesses, and it kind of depends on what you're looking for in a 5-star bot. Of course, it is completely up to chance, so even if you did want the sniper like Smokescreen, he could be the last one that you would pull out of this. You might get, but the best thing to do is look for a batch where you will be happy with any of them that show up, because trust me, they will. As we can see from Legacy 4, when I really wanted Elite 1, that's the one that I wanted most out of there, but it was the last one that I got. I was okay with it because I liked all of the other ones in there. Legacy 6 has First Aid, Hotspot, Sandstorm, Goldfire, and Rust Dust. This is another good batch that I think would be really good. The only reason I would not go for this one right now is for the chance that I could get First Aid, because I already have Ratchet as a 5-star healer, and I'd rather not have a second 5-star healer already. So that's why I'll be not doing this batch. Legacy 5 gives you Snarl, Rodimus Prime, Warpath, Perceptor, RC. These are all pretty good bots. RC, her ability is not going to really be helped too much. Neither is Perceptor by the 5-star. Maybe Perceptor might last a little bit longer. But RC will be stronger. She is a very strong tank, and she does quite well with my 4-star on the team. So I wouldn't be super disappointed, but she would definitely be my last choice on this list. Legacy 3, I've already got Cheetor out of this one. So you've got Ultra Magnus, Jazz, Springer, and Firefly. Springer, I don't think really benefits a whole lot from the 5-star version of him. Maybe a little bit, but I would much rather have any of the other ones. Ultra Magnus, Jazz, or Firefly, not necessarily in that order. Legacy 2, I've got Skyburst out of here. You also have Optimus Prime, Drift, Windblade, and Wheeljack. All also very good bots that you can choose from. Again, for the same reason why I would avoid the one with First Aid in here, I'll avoid this one because I really don't want to be adding Wheeljack since I already have Ratchet. At least right now. I'm not opposed to having more of them, but since you only get them every so often, I'd rather add somebody other than another healer at this point. And then the very first set of 5 stars that came out, Grimlock, Silverbolt, Gnaw, Hot Rod, and Sunstreaker. These guys are all pretty good too. I would say Hot Rod would probably be my least favorite out of this one, which is kind of blasphemous for me because Hot Rod is my favorite character. I've just never been a real super big fan of his ability, at least compared to other abilities that are out there. So probably... Let's see, where were we? My guess is it's probably narrowed down to Legacy 5 or the current 5-star Crystal are probably the two that I would be choosing from. Most likely, unless they release another 5-star batch by the time I get a 5-star Crystal, it'll probably be out of this one. I'll probably be pulling it out of the current batch of Blades, Laser, Optimus, Jetfire, Rhinox, and Smokescreen. So... that was a long answer, but that's kind of where I'm at there in my thinking on 5 stars. Crusher says, are 5-star healers good or great to have? They are very good to have. I have nothing against healers. Early on in the game, I was not a big fan of healers. I didn't think they really did a whole lot for you, and at the lower levels, I really don't think that they do. You're much better off having some bots that can actually attack, but as you get a certain level, healers are very, very important, and so I think they're really good to have, and I very much like having healers on the team. Just don't really want 2 5-star versions of them right now, because if that would be my 8th one, and so having 2 of them being healers, a quarter of my 5 stars would be healers, and that's not really something I want to go for. If that's something that you would like, then there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what I would prefer. Big Bronze Rim saying Cheetor for him like Alita was for me. He's trying to pull Cheetor out of that. What was it, batch 3? But he keeps getting everybody but Cheetor. So I was lucky enough to get him on the first pull. And the funny thing is, back then, Cheetor was not a very good bot, and they buffed him as the 5-star came out, so not everybody was even convinced that Cheetor was a good bot at the time, but certainly he's not a secret anymore. Everybody knows Cheetor is awesome. Grand Galvatron got 5-star Astro Train first, got Black Arachnia second, so very cool. Dev No Ray loves the 5-star Shockwave. Big Bronze Rim says 5-star healers are amazing. Yeah, definitely. I was afraid to get healer out of the bots that you're trying to get. Yeah, I can see that. Shockwave is the first 5-star and was upset at the time. Yeah, I could definitely see that, but you know, it's one of those things where if that is what you ultimately get, then you use them and they'll actually be working out for you. You know, every bot has a use except for Vortex and Dust Up. No, that's not even true because they both form combiners, so they still have a use. But yeah, their abilities are terrible. Hopefully they've got a buff coming in the future, but it has been 4 years, so probably not. Vortimus says the first and only so far is Blaster. So yeah, Blaster's a good one. Blaster's doing real well for me. I drop his minions and they don't die very often. They actually last a good while. They're good at distracting outpost bots and other defenses from blasting the normal bots. So very cool. Crusher said, love the 5-star Cheetor is on the top team and is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Grand Galvatron's got Prima on the 5-star Onslaught. Yes, I run Prima on my Skyburst. Those were the two 100% bots. Before the combat bots came out, there was no other bot you should put Prima on except for them. But now, if you equip Flak to somebody, then or Crater Maker, then whoever has that Prima would work well on them as well. Because they basically it turns whoever is holding that particular combat bot to have the similar type of attack as Onslaught and Skyburst. Cool. So. Okay, and with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this week's video. If you're watching the replay and you made it this far, thank you so much. Join us live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/EngineerHoist. And in the meantime, all you watching live, stick around. We got more to talk about. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.